amazing students of Junior Coderz. Welcome to another video related to the Scratch competition based on the theme Space Exploration. In this video, we are going to explain how to make the introduction of the game, how to make the start menu, what should be the contents of the start menu like instructions and different planets, and what can you add in your game to make it much more competitive. So let's get started. The first thing you should do is that you should log into your Scratch account where you've made all of your previous games. The second thing that you should do is that you should start getting some planets from sprites, and you should start also getting a lot of different backdrops. This method will require you to get a lot of backdrops. You have to go to the bottom right corner and click on the choose a sprite button. Over here you can choose planets by writing space. If you write space, you will see that there are two planets that are already there. You can use either of them or you can use both of them. Let me get both of them. Once I've gotten both of the planets, now I will reduce their size because they look a little bit bigger than I would require them to be. The next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm also going to add a third planet to make this game a little bit more engaging. To do this, I will go to the sprite button again. I will not click it, but I will click on the paint button. Then I can start creating my own planet by clicking on the circle button and then creating a shape of a planet. I can also change the color of this planet by clicking on this button and choosing any color that I want. I think I'm going to go for brown. You see that make brown, I will get red and I will decrease its brightness and turn into a brown. You have to remember one thing, that if you create your own planets or your own sprites, you will get some extra marks. That's why I'm doing this. Now let's rename our planet and over here change the name from sprite 1 to planets. I'm also going to reduce the size of this planet so that it looks a bit easier, so that it looks a bit similar to the other two. Okay, at this point now I'm going to start adding some backdrops. The first backdrop will be the welcome screen. I'll also paint my own backdrops, or I can also download from Google. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on the text button and write over here, welcome space exploration. I can change the font style if I really want to. I can also make it bigger if you guys want. And I can also change the name of the backdrop. Welcome. Now let me also show you how you can add a backdrop from Google. I will go to Google, write in images space wallpaper, and I'm going to get any wallpaper that you guys like. Let's for example get this one. I think this one looks a bit smaller. This is the size of the wallpaper. The size of our Scratch windows are a little bit bigger than that. So I'm going to get, let's say, this one. This one is much better. I'm going to download this in my downloads. I'm going to go to the bottom right corner in Scratch and click on upload backdrop. You can see that my backdrop that I've added is a bit smaller. So I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Clicking on this, selecting the whole backdrop, and then stretching it so that it can cover the whole screen. Now it looks much better. Now I'm also going to add the text on top of this by writing. Maybe I should choose white this time because our backdrop is too black. Welcome to Muni's space, and I'm going to write exploration in the next line. I made it a bit bigger, and in the next line I'm going to write exploration. Now I'm going to make that bigger as well. Now this will be my welcome wallpaper backdrop. I'm going to change the name of this one, or maybe I can just Okay, so when I click on the flag button, I want to see welcome to Muniv's space exploration. To do this, I will go to any sprite that you want. For example, I'm going to choose Earth, and I will go to events and get when flag click. I'm going to get looks and get switch backdrop to welcome. Now let's see if it happens. You can see that if I clicked on the flag button, I will be able to see welcome to space exploration. Now I want another thing. Whenever the backdrop switches to welcome to Muniv's space exploration, the Earth and the other two planets should hide. To do this, I will go to events and get when backdrop switches to, change it to welcome, and then go to looks and get hide. I'm going to increase the speed of my coding now so that you guys can do this really good. Same thing I will do it in the other two planets. I can either drag and drop, and when it wiggles I can drop it. Same thing for this, or you can also add it to your backpack. You add this code over here. You can go to the other sprite and then copy the code over here. We already had one, so I can just do this. Okay, so now let's see. If I click on the flag button, I should be able to see my backdrop and the planet should be hidden, and it is working perfectly. Now what I want is that this backdrop should switch to something else after 3 seconds, because I don't want them to keep watching welcome to space exploration. But I also want to add another thing over here. I want to add a sound when my game starts. So let's go to Earth, because when flag is clicked is over there. Click on sounds and let's get some sounds that we really like. If you go to effects, you will be able to listen to all the amazing music over here, and you can add your own music as well. If you click on the space button, you will be able to see all the different sound effects that are related to space. The one that I like is teleport. So when the game starts, I would want teleport. So once I've selected the sound, I will go to sounds. I will click on play sound until done. And when this happens, when the sound ends, I'm going to switch the backdrop again to something else now. I'll go to looks and get switch backdrop to, and this time let's choose another backdrop. I'll go to the bottom right corner again, click on the backdrops, right space over here. I will be able to see all the different backdrops that are available for the space theme. For example, I'm going to choose Nebula, and the backdrop will switch to Nebula. Now let's see if it works or not. So when the sound ends, the backdrop switches, and when the backdrop switches to Nebula, now I want the planets to appear, and I also want the instructions to start. Now there are different methods of doing this. For example, when the backdrop switches to Nebula, what I would do is that I would start putting some instructions over here. And how will I do this? I will go to the bottom left corner, click on add extension, click on text to speech. Once I click on that, then I will get this set voice to alto, so that I can control the voice of the speaker, and also get speak hello. And I will write over here. So I've written welcome to Muniv's game. You have to explore planets. Click on a planet to visit. You might need to fight aliens or some other enemies. Okay, now let's see if it works or not.
Welcome to Munib's game. You have to explore planets.
So it is,
Click on the...
although I can change the voice to some other, but this is fine as well. Now the next thing that I will do after this, that I can also add an instructions button. But for now, what I will do is that when the backdrop switches to Nebula, the planets should start appearing. To do this, I will go to events again and get when backdrop switches to, change from backdrop to Nebula, and click on show. Because right now I'm in Earth, so I want Earth to show. Then I will go to, and I will drag it and put it on this planet. If you cannot do this, you can always put it inside the backpack. By the way, I'm going to delete all of this stuff in my backpack, because I don't need it anymore. These stuff was for some other games. And I'm going to add this and close the backpack, go to the planet, open the backpack and put this over here. Same thing I will do. You can see that it's over here. Same thing I will do for planet C. Now let's start the game and see.
Welcome to Munib's game. You have to explore planets. Click on the...
Okay, now what I want to do is that I also want to add an instructions button, but let's do it at the end. After this, now if somebody clicks on planet Earth or planet Saturn or the third planet, they should start visiting that planet. You can also add animations over here if you want to, or they should start fighting different aliens that we have over there. Now to do this, now I will do the coding in which I will go to events and get when this sprite click, it means when Earth is clicked. Then what I will do is that I will switch the backdrop to some other backdrop now, and when the backdrop switches to some other thing, I will make the other planets hide themselves. So let's go to backdrops and search for some other backdrops that we have. Let's get Galaxy this time. So when this sprite is clicked, switch backdrop to Galaxy, and now in the other planets coding I will do this. I've just duplicated this. When backdrop switches to Galaxy, I will hide it. When backdrop switches to Galaxy, it will hit itself. Now I'm going to go to the other planet as well and do the same thing over there as well. When backdrop switches to Galaxy, hide. So let's just
Welcome to Munib's game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
Now let me show you the next thing that we have. Because we have clicked on planet Earth, we are going to add a game when somebody clicks on planet Earth. To do this, I will go to my folder. I will click on Save Now button. I will right click on the folder, click on Open in New tab. And you can see that there are lots and lots of games over here. And these are games for a lot of different students. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to find a game that I can add in my space exploration game. Now look over here, I've already made Rogue Asteroid. Rogue Asteroid is a game that we explained in the previous video, and you can find the link of that previous video in the description of this YouTube video along with the competition document. Now I will click on this Rogue Asteroid game, and you can see that I will be able to see all the different things that are inside it. I've added some backdrops over here, like the game over backdrop. I've added some asteroid, and I got this asteroid from Google, and I uploaded it as a sprite and then erased everything around the asteroid. Now what I will do is that I want this game in my competition. To do this, I will click on the backpack button. Remember, you have to be logged in to do this. I will click on the backpack button. I will put the sprite inside it. If I put the sprite, the coding will also go to the robot as well and the planet as well. Maybe we will need. Once I've done this, I will go to my space game, click on the backpack button, and from here I will drag the sprites and put them over here, all of them. Maybe I can skip planet 2, but let me get it just for now to check what coding is over here. So it says when backdrop switches to game over 2, show wait 1 second, switch backdrop. Okay, maybe I do this. Now what I want to do is that I want the asteroids to start moving when it switches to backdrop Galaxy and when somebody clicks on the Earth button. To do this, I will go to asteroid. I will look over here. It says when backdrop switches to game over 2. I will change this to when backdrop switches to welcome. So when backdrop switches to welcome, the asteroid will hide itself. Then I will delete this when flag, because I don't want the asteroid to start moving when flag is clicked. I want it to start moving and show itself when backdrop switches to Galaxy, because I'm going to put this game when somebody clicks on the Earth sprite. To do this, I will go to events and get when backdrop switches to change backdrop to Galaxy. Now so I made a mistake, and the mistake is that when flag is clicked, the robot should hide itself. So I will go to robots coding. So I will go to robots coding, change it from here, go to looks and get hide block, put it over here. And I want all of this code to work when the backdrop switches to Galaxy. So let's do that. Now let's see if it works.
Welcome to Munib's game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens. Welcome to Munich game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
So I found out that there was something wrong in my code of robot over here. Robot is the guy that I'm trying to save from. That's right. Let's try again now. I think it will work properly.
Welcome to Munich game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
When flag is clicked, backdrop switches to welcome. The start sound starts teleport, but it wait for 1 second, then switches the backdrop. If you don't want to, you don't have to make this change. Okay, so I will click on Earth. You can see the asteroid is moving. I have to save myself from this asteroid. And it's right now it's really slow. I can make it faster. To make it faster, you will go to the asteroid and decrease the time to 0.5.
Welcome to Munich game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
Now you can see that the asteroid is much more faster, and I am trying to save myself from it. But if I touch it, the game stops. Now I need to add functionality over here that if you play the game for more than 10 seconds, you will be able to win, and you will be able to claim the planet if you want. And then after playing for 10 seconds, we will display if the planet is livable. To do this coding, I will go to events and get when backdrop switches to backdrop. I will change it to galaxy, and then I will go to looks. I will go to control. I'll get wait 1 second, change it to 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds I'm going to make it high. So for 10 seconds we will play the game, then the asteroid will hide itself, and I will do the same thing with the robot as well, because I don't also want to see the robot after 10 seconds. You can change the sprites and you can add the sprites of your own choice. Let's see if it works or not.
Welcome to Munich game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
Okay, so I think yes. So after 10 seconds, the asteroid and the robot have hidden themselves, and then after 10 seconds we're also going to change the backdrop. So I'm going to get switch backdrop to, let's say we can switch it to something else. For example, we will get the moon backdrop because it looks nice, or we can get these beautiful backdrop, which is this one. So it switches to this, and when it switches to this backdrop, I'm going to do some more coding, and in Earth I'm going to do that coding, and that coding is that when backdrop switches to space city, Earth should hide. Now what I will do is that I will do some coding. I will do some editing in this backdrop, and in this backdrop I am going to write if this planet has the necessary requirements for life to exist or not. For example, like we discussed in the lecture, that we need climate, atmosphere, water and soil to survive on the planet. So for example, in this planet we have good climate, and now we will add a button over here. If somebody clicks on that button, it will say you failed and the game will end. So let's go and do sprites and get a button. I have a button. I will add this button and the other button as well. So when backdrop switches to space, these buttons should show themselves because they are for the space backdrop. Same thing for the next button. Okay. And when somebody clicks on this button, it will say you failed. So let's create that backdrop. Because you failed because you cannot live on this planet actually. So when this sprite is clicked, I will switch backdrop to you failed. Now I will go to button 4 and do the coding. And when the sprite is clicked, change backdrop to failed. Okay, now let's try it.
Welcome to Minip's game.
I did not do the coding. That when the welcome scene shows, these two. So let's do that. When backdrop is to welcome, sensing, right, same thing for the next one.
Welcome to Minip's game. You have to explore planets. Click on the planet you want to visit. Maybe you will need to fight aliens.
So because I kept losing the game, I'm going to change the speed to 1 second. 1 second. Now the game is much more easier. I think I will be able to do this now. Okay, I think the time is almost up. So I made a little mistake. Over here I need to write welcome backdrop space. So finally I was able to win the game. Now what I will do is that I will click on this and it will say you failed, and I did it correctly. Now you can see that I showed you guys how to add the starting screen, how to add music, how to add different backdrops, how to change the game when the backdrop changes. And I also showed you how to use backpack so that you can get assets from your other game into this game. And then I also showed you how to end the game. Now if somebody clicked on the cross button, you should be able to start them from the beginning because they chose the correct answer. When somebody clicks on the cross button, you should switch backdrop to welcome. You have to do this on your own. I'm going to tell you the last thing for today, and which is you need to add all the instructions button if you want. So the instructions button should be shown over here and it should disappear after 10 seconds. You can get any button if you want. And I can write instructions inside it. So I have written instructions inside it. Now when backdrop switches to earth, now for this button we will do the coding. When backdrop switches to nebula, it should show itself. Same thing again. And when backdrop switches to any other, for example, it switches to galaxy, it will hide itself. And when somebody clicks on this button, when this sprite is clicked, you should start the instruction that I previously did over here. Welcome to Neep's game. So I'm going to put this over here. I have done this over here now. When the sprite is clicked, play this, or you can add more stuff over here, like how to play a particular game. When asteroid is trying to hit you, save yourself from the asteroid by moving your mouse. You can add other games like we added the meteor shower game when you have to move your astronaut up and down and the meteors are trying to hit you. You can also explain that over there. And you can also explain the last game, which is Alien Attack, when you have to kill the aliens. You can find the tutorials for all of these games in the previous video we have sent you, and the link to that video is also in the description of this video. So students, if you have any questions, you can ask us and we will be very happy to help you. We hope you have a good competition. Please work hard so that you can win this competition. Good luck and bye bye to all the amazing students.